Hey guys, what's up? And in today's video, I'll be doing a guide on how to use Pharah in Overwatch. You probably already know how I'm doing this, but I'm doing the easiest characters to use offensively to the hardest ones to use. I have already done a guide on McCree, Reaper, and Soldier 76. If you want to know how to use them, make sure you go check those out. This guide will be longer than the previous ones because the characters are getting more difficult to use. So I'm going to go over every single thing that you need to know to use Pharah in Overwatch. The first thing we're going to go over is her abilities. Her first ability is Rocket Jump. This allows you to propel into the air very quickly so you can either get to a vantage point, escape an enemy, or to attack an opponent. Her next ability is called Concussive Blast. It shoots a projectile, and when it hits the ground, it knocks back all enemies around it. You can use it to knock enemies off the map or just to get them off of an objective or payload. Pharah does have a passive ability, and what this does is when you're in the air, you can either hit LT or A to hover. You can move around while in the air just as if you were walking. While you are using it, your fuel is slowly depleted, and in order to recharge it, you must be on the ground for a few seconds. Next is Pharah's ultimate ability, and what that does is it shoots a barrage of missiles toward the directed area. It lasts about 4 seconds and can do massive damage if you're close range. When you are using her ultimate, you don't want to just solo out an enemy, you want to go for the big groups of enemies, so you want to wait until they're all grouped together and then use your ultimate, not just panic like I did in this situation and just focus on this one guy. Pharah's ultimate is effective at long range, but not as effective as close range because it gives the enemy more time to run away, and the spread of the missiles is a lot larger, so you won't have a higher concentration of damage. You'll most likely not kill a full health enemy if you are a long ways away. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Pharah's weapon. It is a medium to slow rate of fire rocket launcher that does splash damage. Her weapon has a reload speed of 1.5 seconds and a magazine size of 6, so that is fairly decent for the amount of damage she does, and we'll go over that right now. Pharah's weapon does 120 damage if you get a direct impact with a rocket, so with that said, it can 2-hit any hero with 150 HP or 200 HP. It takes 3 direct impacts to kill enemies with 250 health or 300 health. It takes 4 direct impacts to kill Zarya, since she is the only hero with 400 health. All heroes with 500 or more health will take 5 direct impacts to kill. That includes all tanks besides Zarya. This is considering that your opponent is full health and you're getting direct impacts on every shot. Now I'm going to go over each one of her abilities in depth and show you how to use it in an actual game. For each ability, I'm going to show you an example of how I used it in a game. So in this situation, I'm at spawn and I'm not really paying attention, but as I walk forward, I see Hanzo's ultimate. I can then just use my rocket jump ability to quickly dodge it, and that's really helpful because if I was a slower hero, I could have died very easily right there. So her rocket jump ability is very good at dodging supers. As you continue to use Pharah, you'll find cool paths that you can take to objective or payloads. Like in this example, I just fly underneath the building and rocket jump back up. The opponents do not expect it at all because no other hero can do that. And this was only one of many places that you can do things like this. Pharah's Concussive Blast is extremely good at knocking players off the map or off a vantage point. In this situation, there's a Zenyatta on the roof and he is just shooting at our team, and we have to get him down in order for us to advance. So all I'm going to do is shoot it at the back wall behind him. It knocks him right off, and then we can advance the payload. Like I said earlier, her Concussive Blast is extremely good at knocking players off the map. Lijiang Tower is the best place to do it because there's so many places you can fall off. So there's a Lucio right there, and all I'm going to do is shoot it behind him at the wall, and it knocks him right off the edge. Very simple. You'll get the hang of it very fast. So overall, Pharah is a solid player on offense and defense, as long as you can master her weapon and abilities. Also, if you learn to predict your opponent's movements, you'll become an even better Pharah user. If you predict that they're going to walk through a doorway, just pre-fire that doorway, because the rockets do have travel time and it will take some time for it to get to your opponent, so you have to pre-fire if you think they're going to go there. So with that said, I would probably give Pharah a 6 out of 10 on the skill level required, just for the fact that you have to be semi-accurate and you'll be flying around, so you have to have a lot more skill since you'll be flying around and moving and the targets will be moving. So yeah, 6 out of 10 on the skill level required. If I had to describe Pharah in 3 words, it would be
aerial superiority achieved.
So that wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to use Pharah. Next week I will be doing another tutorial on how to use a character in Overwatch, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And that's it. Peace out.